Hi, students. This is Mrs. Rudd again regarding my media choices. And now we are going to pick up where we left off. And then you had just completed that media choices sheet. So now we are going to look at the next part, directions. Look at the following 6 slides. Each one has a media choice that someone else had made. As you see each slide, think about how this media choice would make you feel if it were a choice you made. What? I watch YouTube cat videos on my mom's iPhone. When? Monday morning before school. How much? For about 20 minutes. I watch Troll Hunters on Netflix on my iPad late on Wednesday night in bed until I fell asleep for 2.5 hours. So just keep thinking about these. I played an online game, Fortnite, on my parents' computer on Saturday pretty much all day, probably about 6 hours. So think about that. Think about if that's you. Let's just think about how. Now you may think, oh, it's Fortnite, fun, 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 but how do you feel after you're done? I talked to my grandma on FaceTime on my dad's iPhone Tuesday evening, right before dinner, for about 10 minutes. So how does that make you feel? Okay, we've probably done a lot of this with what's been going on with the pandemic. We probably have done a lot of this, and we're probably still doing a lot of this. So that's fine if that's on there, though. Okay, again, don't worry about anything being right and wrong. It's just we're just doing some thinking here. I went on TikTok and created some cool videos to send to my friends Thursday afternoon after school for about 45 minutes. Again, how does that make you feel? How do you think about that activity? I read a book that I'm really into right now, Wonder, Tuesday evening after dinner for about an hour. How does that make you feel? Okay. So, what makes a healthy media choice? What are the media you're consuming or creating? What platforms are you using? Consume the media, a streaming platform like Netflix, or what devices are you using to consume or create the media? When are you consuming or creating the media? What time of the day? What day of the week? What else is happening at this time? Is it during dinner? Right before bed? How much? How much media are you consuming? How long are you spending with the media at one time? How often are you consuming the media? So you've done that. You've gone over to those, and you've talked about that. So this is kind of just a reminder of some of those things. Now, I want you to just pause this video, and then you're going to go into Google Classroom, and you're going to watch this My Media Balance. Okay, now that you've watched this My Media Balance, here's some things to think of. How are some media choices more healthy or less healthy than others? What is media balance? How important might it be different? How might it be different for different people? Okay, so maybe you need to think. Okay, so that one example talked about Fortnite for 6 hours on Saturday. Do you think that's more healthy or less healthy? So, in 6 hours, did you go outside and play? Did you take a walk? Throw the football, anything, or just, go play with some toys or, whatever it means that you're not, sitting there doing that. Think about that. You're sitting for 6 hours, you're not moving. So let's think about that. Okay. If you're not getting up, moving, not circulating, think about that. Is that a healthy or unhealthy choice? Think about that. Okay. Because we don't want to be on the screen too much because it can start making our brain a little fuzzy. Okay. We have to watch. So you might notice that sometimes even just when you're on the computers a lot at school, granted it's for a good purpose, but it could just, it could make our brains a little fuzzy. And that's why, we have different breaks throughout the day. What is media balance? Says, what is media balance? What do you think media balance is? What was said in the video that talks about media balance? And how is it different from some people? There are some people that at your house you cannot be online. You still may not be able to. Some people, maybe you are. Or maybe you just have a balance to that. Now, mom and dad might be driving some of your balance, and that's okay because they're making sure you're making a